All right. A little bit about myself before we get started. My name is Rick Howell from here in Toledo, Ohio. We have a small family-owned business called Howell Properties. We've been buying and selling real estate since 2010. I started renovating and selling homes in 2010. Been licensed, sold hundreds of houses as an agent from 2014 till current day. We have a very small, lean business. It's myself, my sister. We have one project manager, my son, and a team of absolutely amazing contractors, vendors, people that all help us keep the needle moving. So the reason I want to come on tonight was to share with you that this whole real estate business is not as difficult as what I see people making it out to be. If you're a wholesaler, you're going to love this. If you're a rehabber or thinking about being a rehabber, or it doesn't matter what level of business you have, I'm going to give you the golden nuggets that we use on a daily basis that we've been using for a very long time to keep the needle moving, regardless of the market. Before I get started, the key is to understand that it's all about consistency. I don't care what you're doing for a living. If you're selling real estate, if you're selling, have a taco stand, if you're selling hot dogs, if you're doing electrical work, whatever it is, you've got to be consistent with everything, your daily activities. There's a book out there that actually myself and our team are reading again. We've read it a few times and I highly recommend it. It's called The Compound Effect. If you have not read The Compound Effect, read it. So we're going to jump right to it because I'm only going to take about 15, 20 minutes of your time today. But I promise you, if you watch all the way till the end, there will be some golden nuggets here that will help your confidence go through the roof as far as what you're doing. Understand that regardless of what avenue of real estate you're doing or any sales, really, it's all a numbers game. And what I mean by that is if you're a rehabber, if you're a wholesaler and you want to do deals, you want to make sure you're doing deals where all your clients are. If you're a wholesaler, you want to make sure you're doing deals where all your rehabbers are or wherever all your end of the line buyers are. If you're selling to rehabbers, buy and hold people, wherever your customers are, that's where you want to focus on doing business. One of the biggest things I realize and I notice from coaching investors all over the country since 2017 is a lot of people start trying to do deals off of ego. And I share this with you because we did that. We did that by chasing a bigger number one time and we lost almost a quarter. Yeah, collectively, $250,000 on one deal because I myself jumped at a bigger number in a town that I'd never really done it. I'd never have done any deals in before. And it turned into an absolute shit show. And we lost a ton of money, but it was all ego based because in my mind, I thought do one deal and make this big number or do a whole bunch of deals making a little number in my hometown. Well, lesson learned, right? And the nuggets I'm going to give you right now are going to help you avoid any of those problems. The tips that I'm going to share with you, it doesn't matter what kind of market you're in. I'm in a little town called Toledo, Ohio. These tips are going to work whether you're in a high market like San Diego, California, Sacramento, California, the Northeast, Florida, whatever, it doesn't matter. The fundamentals don't change. Try this out. It's a numbers game, right? What you want to focus on is where are your buyers and how do we find these buyers? Okay. So for example, the price points that we're in, we focus our core business, anything under an after repair value of $300,000 or less. We don't do deals over $300,000. And here's why. The market shifted, the interest rate shifted a little while ago, and it changed the buyer pool. So what happens is when the interest rates were down at 2, 3, even into the low fours, there was a lot more buyers that were able to buy in the higher price points, regardless of the market. They were able to buy in higher price points because people buy houses on payments. They don't buy houses on the main number. They could care less. If it was $1 million house and their payments worked for them, they'll buy it. Most people do not care. They're not the education, the financial literacy is not there to buy a house based on the real numbers. People buy on payment for cars, for houses, for everything. They'll buy on payment. So when the market shifted, we were in the middle of doing a house that we bought for 250, I think. We bought it for 250 and we were going to put about 70 in it, maybe 60. I don't remember, whatever the numbers were. We were putting it on the market for 425. That was the goal. We were going to put it on the market for 425. It was going to be one of our biggest deals ever. And that time, the interest rate went from 3.5 to 6. And what that did was it took the people that were buying in the $400,000 price point and immediately dropped them down into the 3s and into the 2s, right? So we pivoted with that. We went back and said, okay, where's all of our buyers at? And how do we find that out? Here's your golden nugget. It's not talk to a real estate agent. It's not talk to anybody. It's to talk to people that deal with buyers. And if you're a rehabber, who deals with buyers? Your mortgage lenders, right? In order to find out what price point in your market all of your buyers are at, you want to talk to a mortgage lender, high level mortgage lenders, and lots of them, right? You want to talk to as many of them as you can that are doing a lot of deals. And here's why. You just need to simply find out what price point has the most applications. Once you find out what price point has the most applications, now you know what to focus on. In our price point, it's 275, 260, somewhere in there and down. There's a ton of buyers in the 275 and down range. So of course, we focus on that. Now, if the rates come back down into the fours or whatever, we'll go back and we'll have the same conversation. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Mortgage Lender, where's all the buyers at? And they'll tell us what price points all the buyers are at. It's very simple. Same thing's happening if you're a wholesaler. If you're a wholesaler, now you're going to communicate with these rehabbers asking the same questions. What price points are you guys buying in? It's a very simple conversation. That way you're not sending all your marketing out in these price points you're not. I see people marketing in $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 neighborhoods, all people marketing in country, in cities in California. They're just marketing, looking for deals. It doesn't matter if anybody can go find a deal. Finding a deal is easy. We'll do a whole nother video on that. If you find a deal where there's nobody to buy it, that's the problem. Anybody can find a house and go flip it. It might be in an area people aren't interested in. It might be in a price point people aren't interested in. Those are the first two things. And then you got to make sure your quality is up, right? So the takeaway, the first nugget I want to give you is if you're a rehabber, wholesaler, do business where all your buyers are. You could simply tomorrow morning get up. I know everybody's in real estate that's probably watching this, right? You can simply call the mortgage lender that you work with or the players in your market and just simply say, hey, Mr. Mortgage Lender, what price points are you getting the most applications in? And if that's the market, bam, that's where you focus on finding deals. That's simple. You don't have to make an adjustment. That's simple, right? It's very easy. Make a phone call, find out where your lenders are at. For retail, if you are looking for, if you're, what are we doing for retail deals? So mortgage brokers, rehabbers, groups. How else can we find cash buyers? If you're a wholesaler looking for cash buyers, this is very easy too. Now, you got to remember, the most important thing with working with cash buyers is understanding how to do your numbers. We get deals sent to us all day, every day. The problem is the people sending the deals have no clue how to do their numbers. The majority of wholesalers, full disclosure, we've wholesaled tons of properties over the years. Majority of wholesalers have no clue how to do their numbers. They don't take the time to go get the education. They don't take the time to connect with another rehabber. They don't take the time to invest in themselves to understand what the numbers are to begin with. So they just pick numbers out of thin air and send it over and think it's and telling you, hey, I got this great deal. No, you don't. So the key as a wholesaler is it's easy to build relationships with buyers. If you can understand your clients' price points and you can understand your clients' numbers, you can literally create an ATM machine out of your business right now, because the majority of wholesalers don't. And here's a really quick nugget on how you can do that simple. When you're building relationships with cash buyers, so maybe it's not easy to understand how much it costs to do a kitchen or flooring or all this stuff. Number one, I'm going to give you a website that you can go to. It's called homewise.com, HOMEWYSE. It's just a construction website. You can literally go in this website, type in the zip code, and it'll give you high, medium, and low of the work that you need to be done. You can say flooring installed, hardwood installed, install a new kitchen. It'll give you the averages. It's not going to give you the exact numbers. It'll give you the averages. What I highly recommend is if you really want to be a deal provider, a deal finder, you can turn yourself into a millionaire understanding how to find off-market deals quick, right? The fastest thing you can learn to do is understand how to find off-market deals and build relationships with cash buyers. You can change you and your family's financial future immediately. Get with your cash buyers and help understand. Don't ask them to do a bunch of work. Understand what their numbers are. Like full disclosure, we like to buy our properties 30 to 50% of the after repair value, sometimes 60 if it makes sense. Find out what the percentages are that they normally buy on and start there, okay? and give them a deal. Make sure you're providing them deals, and understand they got to make money on the back end. So these wholesalers that are trying to do deals and they want to make these big astronomical numbers on the front end, if there's no meat on the bone for your rehabber to make money, then you're just wasting your time, right? So the best thing you can do, get with your cash buyers, take them out to dinner, go meet them at the office, bring a ton of value to them, understand their numbers, and you will have a great relationship, because wholesaling is a great avenue to go. If you're doing all the marketing, you're getting skilled at talking to sellers, you're getting skilled at how to find off-market deals, and you become a deal provider to your cash buyers. Rehabbers are rehabbers. Buy and hold guys are buy and hold guys. All around real estate investors do it all, right? A real estate investor is someone that knows how to monetize a lead that comes through the door, whether it be wholesaling, rehabbing, buy and hold, auction, listing the property. There's many, many, many different ways to make money in real estate. It's really not that difficult. It's just understanding how to be very skilled at all of them. So if you're a wholesaler, connect with your rehabbers, build relationships with them. Don't send them bullshit deals that aren't, right? Understand that they have to make money on the back end or they're not going to waste their time. But I promise you this, if you spend time building these relationships with your cash buyers as a wholesaler and you start providing them good deals, the relationship will last forever, because you're doing the work that they don't want to do. They're not marketers. They're not working with VAs. They're not doing any of that stuff. They're taking deals, renovating them, and selling them on the retail market. That's what they do. Wholesaling is not necessarily real. It's not real estate investing at all, as a matter of fact. It's a sales and marketing business. So if you can be a great sales and marketing individual and find and distribute deals to your rehabbers, it's a great marriage. You will change your family's whole financial future, right? So there's a whole bunch of nuggets. What else do I got here? People are always asking about the deal, right? Like, what if I don't have a deal? Okay, great. If you're marketing for a deal and you haven't got one yet, don't take the daily activities of building relationships with buyers. Don't get rid of that, because here's what's going to happen. A deal is going to come up, and when you have a deal, the buyer will appear, if that makes sense. We always say the same thing when you're raising private money. If people say, should we raise private money or should we find the deal? The answer is yes to both. If you have a great deal, the private money will appear. If you have a great deal, the cash buyer will appear, right? Do the things consistently every single day, looking for deals and building your cash buyer list. That's the way you handle a rehabbing business. If you are a rehabber, stay focused on the price points where all the buyers are, regardless of where you're at in the country, wherever you're watching this from. We've been all over the country coaching and teaching real estate. It doesn't matter. The fundamentals don't change. All this stuff you're seeing online right now, everybody's fear mongering, right? They're pitching and they're talking about the crash and the election, and things are changing, and that's bullshit. We've been through real estate cycles for years, right? It goes like this, but what doesn't happen is the fundamentals don't change, right? Understand how to find an off-market deal, understand how to solve problems for sellers, understand how to sell that deal or keep it or wholesale it, whatever. Understand the fundamentals. The fundamentals do not change at all. I promise you, regardless of what's going on in the market, regardless of what's going on in politics, regardless of what's going on in social media, we have the most boring business because we haven't really changed much. That's the key, is keep it simple, keep it boring. Do your business where all your clients are. If you're rehabbing, first-time home buyer price points. If you're wholesaling, stay where all your in the price points where all your rehabbers are. That way you're not wasting marketing dollars, and everything will keep moving along smooth for you. I hope this video helps. I wanted to get on and off quick in 15 minutes, and I think we did that. Let me check my notes and make sure we got everything here. I think that's it. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.